I've been experimenting with different types of keyboard switches, just realizing how many actually exist, and this keyboard that I've got over here from DIERYA has brown switches, which I have some thoughts about. I tend to game on PC with the keyboard and mouse, though, occasionally I do go back to my controllers. But more than gaming, I always do a lot of typing. Typing for the scripts, typing at my job, just typing in general. So, is this keyboard any good, the one that I have here? So today's video is going to be about the DIERYA DK63 mechanical keyboard with brown switches. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Before we continue, don't forget that I have a Twitch channel that you can go ahead and follow me on for live microphone reviews and much more than that. But you're also going to find my Instagram and a link to the Tech Summit Discord in the description. So come join the community because it is a pretty cool one. We've also opened up a Patreon as of late where if you join, you'll be automatically entered to win one tech gadget every month in our exclusive giveaways. Details to that are going to be down below. Don't forget to check out the description for everything. Now let's get right into the video. So let's begin with an unboxing. I actually liked this aspect quite a bit because of the very nice box with very nice packaging and the presentation of the keyboard itself. You're going to find a quick start manual, a USB-C cable which is going to be braided, a keycap remover, and some replacement keycaps. So the exterior design consists of a very bare bones look to this keyboard. There is no real frame to this keyboard at all, but only the bottom plate, of course. And then we ended up going with the black variant that features brown switches all throughout, and you can definitely see the switch without even having to remove any keycaps on this one. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of that aspect of this keyboard, since I feel like it would be a lot easier for dust to actually get stuck in there or to just get through it, but also it would make it easier to clean on the upside because it would be a lot easier to access. It is still a super minimalist look that some people will love and others won't, but that's totally okay. You still get the rubber feet for propping this up, and you get an on and off switch for toggling Bluetooth mode. Then there's going to be that USB-C port as noted before. Now regarding the features on this keyboard, there are going to be a very reasonable amount, honestly. I definitely consider RGB lighting here to be a feature, and no one can take that away from me. There's also the ability to switch between the different lighting modes, which can really be useful, or I guess just nice to have. There are going to be plenty of built-in shortcuts and functions in order to simulate those of a full-size keyboard, such as print screen, page up, and page down, and many more just like it. Pretty much whatever button that this keyboard might be missing, since this is a 60% keyboard. And I really can't ask for too much more regarding the feature set here, and I honestly think that these are nice to have nonetheless. Now let's talk about the feeling of the keys and my performance when I'm typing with this keyboard. One thing that I do like about these brown switches is that they are pretty quiet, and even if you are typing pretty hard on it, you'll still remain pretty quiet, which is a big difference from something like a blue or a red switch that are designed to be loud and more tactile. These are not that, which means that I myself don't really get into the groove of things until I've already began typing for some time, but once I do, I'm even faster and more efficient, and I would even say more precise on this keyboard than when I am on something that does actually feature a blue switch or red switch. And I suppose that I can go ahead and reference the Keymove Snow Fox as one of those keyboards. I would say that this one is more efficient at getting work done with it. But I do like the typing experience on both of these keyboards nonetheless. I like this keyboard for typing, but maybe not as much as I thought I would. But I'm just really being picky here, and it's because I personally do prefer that tactile feeling. But I do think that this is a very solid keyboard for typing, especially if you already pretty much only use this kind of keyboard for typing, or if you're just upgrading from a regular membrane keyboard. I think you're really going to like this one. So when it comes to the gaming performance, I did enjoy it quite a bit. It's not what I'm used to, but I found the keys to be more precise. And what I mean here, since I definitely worded that a little bit incorrectly, oops, is that I felt more precise in my movements and which buttons I pressed. This keyboard has a lot of travel on its keys and doesn't really bounce back as quickly as others, which I thought made it actually a lot better for games, as it didn't get that effect when my finger just accidentally slides onto the key next to it when I'm gaming or typing. So I actually liked these switches a lot for gaming, and I didn't really miss the tactile sound all that much while I was immersed in whatever game I happened to be playing. And in this case, you should be seeing an example of Doom. I think that this is a great keyboard for gaming on PC, if you were wondering, of course, even with the brown switches. Now, battery life, by the way, is very good, and I haven't been able to exhaust it through my testing, so I would probably consider it to be pretty good. But when I use it wirelessly, I keep the lights to one color to preserve battery as a reflex, so that could also contribute towards it having very good battery life. However, again, that is just from my own testing. This keyboard is a lot better than I thought it would be, and I can't see why a lot of people would like it, as I ended up liking it as well. It's very minimalistic, and it is a great keyboard for typing and gaming, especially if you're looking for precision without really making a ton of noise. This is going to be a very solid option if you want something small that can let you do pretty big things with it. So I am very happy recommending this keyboard, but like any other keyboard, I would probably recommend trying this out before making your final decision, because I think that this one is more of a love it or hate it kind of keyboard, honestly, but still a very good keyboard nonetheless. So yeah, good job here to the folks over at DIERYA. And if you're interested in getting this keyboard, then I'll be making sure to leave affiliate links down to Amazon in the description. So if you end up using any of my links, I do get a small commission that does help out the channel quite a bit. So I would appreciate that quite a bit. There's also going to be a link to Luster, which is going to be very helpful for helping you find sales online. It's just a very simple to use browser extension that I strongly recommend, and it's free too. So yeah, don't worry about that. And there is ABUNDA if you're looking to finance this. Maybe just get this, but like a little bit of a slower pace. I like to do that myself, so I'm going to be leaving that linked as well down below in case you would rather do it that way. No credit card required whatsoever. And I'd like to give a very special thanks to all of my patrons, beginning with the tier 3s, which are going to be Omar, Saad Al-Wazal, and Joe Moss. Thank you so much for all of your support, because it really does go a very long way. Now on to the rest of the patrons coming right up. And this is super important. I would just like to give a very special thanks to all of our patrons, which are going to be listed right here on the screen. Again, a massive thanks to you all for supporting us to help us create the kind of content that we bring to you on a day-to-day basis. And thank you so much for supporting the Tech Summit podcast as well. And just remember that if you would like to be a part of this community too, and then do make sure to check out the links to our Patreon, where you don't only get bonus episodes of our podcast, but you also get automatically entered into one of our monthly giveaways of a tech product that we have reviewed that is of at least $50 in value or higher. So links to that down below. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and on Twitch, where I do stream fairly often, and I now only exclusively stream on Twitch. So if you would like to watch those live streams, then feel free to follow me over there. So yeah, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.